Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Books with Meena, and today I'm going to be filming the anti-TBR tag. So this tag is basically the opposite of your TBR pile, where you talk about books that you don't want to read for different reasons. So let's just jump right into the questions. The first question is a popular book that everyone loves but you have no interest in reading, and for this I have two answers. The first one is going to be The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I have heard so many good things about this fantasy series, and Brandon Sanderson is like one author that is a staple in this genre. But The Way of Kings, first of all, these books are huge and the series isn't even complete. And right now there is so much hype surrounding these books that I feel like if I pick them up, I will probably be disappointed, if I read them. So I probably am not going to pick this series up, at least for now. And the second book for this for this question is going to be Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This one is like a rom-com romance contemporary, and it's a romance between the Prince of Wales and the son of the female president of America. And it sounds a lot of fun, and this was like one of the most hyped books of 2019. It won like a Goodreads Choice Awards, and again, this book is so hyped and I've heard so much about it that I almost feel like I know what the story is, and if I read the book I am going to know everything already, so what's the point? And that's probably not true. If I read the book, I probably will get something new out of it, but I just again have no interest in reading it whatsoever. So the next two questions I am going to skip over because I have no like good answers for any of them. The first question is a classic that you don't want to read, and I have read very few classics. I know very little about this like set of books, and right now I just want to get more into this genre and read more classics, so I have no answer for this. And the other question is a problematic author that you don't want to read from, or you don't want to read any more of their books. Again, I don't really know which authors are problematic, who are not, and there's again the question of separating the art from the artist, and again, not quite sure how to answer this question. The next question is an author that you have read from and you have decided that their books are not for you. I have three answers for this, and the first one is going to be Sally Thorne. She has written The Hating Game and 99% Mine, and both of these books are very popular in the romance genre. I read The Hating Game first. I gave it like about 3 stars, and then I read 99% Mine, which I gave 2.5 stars. These books are not bad. I think they're just not for me. The writing style, the characters, the way that the romance is written is just not my style of books that I like to read. And again, these books are not bad. They are hyped for a good reason, but I think that Sally Thorne's writing style is just not my favorite. The next answer is going to be Cassandra Clare, and I have read 12 books by this author. I started with The Mortal Instruments. My friends really loved this series back in like when I was in ninth grade, and they told me to read The Mortal Instruments. I remember reading the first few books and being very bored, and then eventually they told read The Infernal Devices. It gets way better in that series. I read that trilogy. I hated it so much, and then at that point of time, I think The Dark Artifices were coming out. The books were coming out. They were all like new releases, and all of my friends were reading it for the first time and freaking out about those books. So again, they told me to read it because they thought, like, according to them, it was like they were great books. They were very invested in the characters and the series as a whole. And so I picked up The Dark Artifices too, and again hated those books so much more than The Infernal Devices, because those books were like about 600 pages, and I just found that reading them was a waste of time for me because I did not care about the characters, the romances, the world, the drama happening. Again, I can totally see Cassandra Clare as an author improving with her subsequent books and her writing getting better, but her characters and the relationships, the friendships in her books, the way that they are written and depicted is just not for me. And I have read 12 books by this author and have not liked even one of them that much, so I can say for sure that she is not an author for me. And the last answer is going to be Sarah Dessen. She is a very popular young adult contemporary author. She's been writing for many years. My sister actually read a couple of books by her and really liked it, so I decided to pick up a couple of books by Sarah Dessen and read them. I think I even own one Sarah Dessen book. Yes, I own Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen, and I read this one and I read Saint anything. Both of these books, they were not bad, they were just okay. I can see why people connect with these stories, but for me they were just nothing new, and they didn't really, like, blow my mind. I couldn't feel that connected to the characters or the writing. So again, Sarah Dessen, another like popular author that so many people have read, I'm pretty sure that I just do not like as much. The next question is a genre that you have read or that you have no interest in reading. And for this, I'm going to go with murder mystery, crime fiction, thriller, suspense, all of these types of novels, or even horror. I can read like a high school setting type of murder mystery book, like One of Us is Lying, or like in the more younger range, there are a lot of books that are set in high school and are revolving around a murder or something. It's like suspense thriller. But in the adult range, I think a lot of the popular books I have no interest in reading, and most of these books in this genre are very like plot driven, and they're very fast paced, they're page turners. And me as a reader, I am very character driven. I like following characters and feeling connected with them. So this genre is probably not for me, and I haven't even read that many books, and I just have no interest in picking any, to be honest. The next question is a book that you bought but you have no interest in reading. And for this, I am going to say 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake. I have the copy of this book. Yes, this is the book. And I bought it the first time that I sat down to read this book. I flew through like the first 150 to 200 pages, and then I put it down. And after that, I had like no motivation to pick it back up again, because I did not like the main character, the love interest. I thought that the romance was kind of stupid, and I just was not rooting for. I was not rooting for these two people to get together. There was like, the main guy, he's like controlling, manipulative, possessive. He bets on the main character, and I was not a fan of that at all. And Sarah McLean, this book is by Sarah McLean. She is like one of the most popular authors in historical romance right now, and I would like to try more of her books in the future. But as of now, this book, I'm not gonna pick it back up again. I have no motivation to do so. Okay, next question is series that you have no interest in reading or you have DNF'd. And again, I love starting new series, but continuing on with them is a big problem for me. And as of now, the books that I'm going to mention, or the series that I'm going to mention, I'm not really prioritizing reading their sequels, but I might end up reading the sequels in the future based on my mood. The first one is going to be Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This one is like adult sci-fi set in space. It's Hunger Games style. I read the first book. The pacing was really good. The characters were also really good, but I had some other problems with the series, or with the first book specifically. And I have heard a lot of good things about the second and third books, and so many people really, really love the way that the series ended. And so maybe I might continue on with these books in the future, but as of now, I am not really interested in doing so. The second answer is going to be Murderbot Diaries by Martha Wells. I read the first book in January and I liked it, but I found that the book was too short for me to, connect with any of the characters or get a good sense of the world. And so again, I could continue on with this, but right now it's not a priority. And the last answer is going to be To All the Boys by Jenny Han. I have read the first two books, and the third book was not supposed to be released. It was like an add-on to the duology, I think. And I've heard a lot of people say that you don't really need to read the third book. It's just more like, for the fans of the series. And right now, all three of the movies have come out, so I'll just watch them and be happy. And the last question is going to be a new release that you have no interest in reading. And for this, my answer is The Invisible Life of Addie Larue by V.E. Schwab. I have heard so many mixed things about this book. I think overall the consensus is that this book is great. It's so many people's like new all-time favorite book. And then other people, I think a smaller group of people were like disappointed with it and think that it is overhyped. And as of now, there is like so much buzz going on around this book that I don't want to pick it up, because I think that my judgment is going to be colored by these different people's different opinions. So for now, I'm not going to read The Invisible Life of Addie Larue. I might pick it up like a year or two later when almost no one is talking about it. So yes, that's my answer for this last question. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like down below and comment in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel if you feel like doing so and if you enjoy my content. And that's it for this video. Goodbye.